Hi everyone. Today we will be talking about Mathigon. It is a really good website that offers a lot of manipulatives to be used for math. These It also offers activities. I am only going to be talking about the manipulatives, how you can use them for lectures, for creating tests, or you can also let the students use them instead of if you don't have access to the physical manipulatives. So I'm going to go over a few of the things. First of all, the number line is really difficult to create, especially for students using rulers and playing around with the numbers. It takes a lot of time if you're doing it by hand, pencil and paper and ruler, or no ruler at all in many cases. So it's really easy. You can just talk about what you start with. That's the number on the left, on the far left right here. So if you want to start with a negative number, you can also do that. It's negative 10, let's say. So you go with negative 10. Step size is the increment size. You're going up by 1. So if you have 15 spaces here, it's going to go from negative 10 to 15. You can change that number by increasing the size, adding more steps, or you can change the width of the step. So if I'm going to say this is 1 instead of 2, now I have them all compressed, and then I can add even more numbers. Okay, so when you click off the number line, again, if you want to edit it, you can just click on it, and you have the number line options there. So if you click off and you want to use this image, you can just click on the download image, and then you can use it for, again, for assessments, for as a picture for whatever reason, you or the students if they need to submit their work. So that's for the number line. Another one is that I like to use is the coordinate system, and that's what you have. Again, you can play around with the limits on either side, negative or positive for the x or for the y. You can play around with how much it's each unit going up by. So the default is 1. You can go to 5, 10, or you can so this is for the x-axis. You can type in something if you want it to go up by 0.6, for example. You can see that, or 0.01. Here it's going up by 100ths. You can do that, of course, for the y-axis as well. You can create tables as well, x and y tables, if you or the students need to create them for the input-output machines, or for higher grades if you want to use them for a table, x and y table, for your graphs. So that's I use them often, especially for creating graphs, to use them for demonstrations and for questions. For fractions, they're also very useful. If you want to delete anything that you created, you can just click on it and hit on the delete button, or hit the delete button or on the screen, or you can just, I usually use just Control X to cut it somewhere else, because the delete button on the keyboard doesn't work for this website. So for the fractions, you can look at fraction bars. You have everything from 1 to 1/12, and also fraction circles. You have whole, a half, a third, and a sixth, for example. Students can actually play around with these, rotate them, and my grade 8 students were able to use this app easily. I put them for new apps. I usually put them in groups, and when they were using this, they were working in groups of 2, and they were able to help each other out to solve how to use um, the website very well. So this is something again that is for usually junior high and elementary schools. If you want to go to algebra tiles, that's another useful tool. So you have an x by negative x, for example. Let's say negative x plus 1. So you can have this problem here. You have a multiplication problem, and the students can fill in the answer there. That is wrong. It would be plus 1. So that would be your solution here, your negative x squared plus x. So students can do this easily. Again, it takes some practice maybe, but they, for the most part, from what I have seen, and they like it. It's engaging, and there's so many different ways you can do this that students, once they're finished, they can actually go on and use different tools on their own. For polygons and geometry, that is the last thing I'm going to show here. And I always like to use a grid in the background. If the problem with the shapes is you can't control their size. However, you can use the customizable polygon if you need to remove sides. So if I want to work with a triangle, I can do this. If I change my mind, I want to work with a square, you click somewhere in the middle and you create an angle, and you can switch it and move it around them. So that's it for the demonstration here. It's a really useful site. Students love it, and it's useful for creating images again of work that you need. If you need to create images, it's a really useful site for teachers and students as well. Thanks for watching.